Okay, let's hope. Oh my god, alright. It's here. The stream is here. I am here. Windows is telling me to update. I don't care. Whoa, buddy. Hey, what's up? Wildcard, Uncle Andy, Abby, Dave, Darnsig. Welcome. Do my customers know I have a channel? No, I haven't really linked the... Let me make sure my filters are right. Oh, they look okay. Oh, because the last thing I did was a hand cam stream with Nando. Or the Nando, he might like to be called. No, I haven't really linked the store and to the YouTube channel and the YouTube channel to the Etsy store. I was kind of holding off on linking you guys to the Etsy store because I didn't want you to order from me and then have my real address, but I got a P.O. box, so, you know, maybe I can show off the Etsy store, who knows. Maybe I'll reveal the Etsy store tonight. Oh, there's a snag in my, like when girls get in their tights, I got my arm sleeve. There's a little rip. I was laughing at the idea of customers watching their creations be made. I think people would like it. I don't know how many other stores are there. Don't dox you when I get the package. No, I would never do that. Dude, I try to take care of my privacy that I 100% totally respect you wanting your privacy. So I'd never be like, oh, hey, look, here's Wildcard sent me this package. Here's his address. No, I'm not. Why would I do that? I have no reason to do that. Well, I guess people just do it to watch the world burn. I'm cleaning up a little bit here. So, yeah, big order. I have someone ordered 2 prints for me. Cecilia, Immergreen, and Hornet. Hornet is easy. She's just like 5 or 6 parts. But Cecilia is like 4 whole runs through the printer to get all her parts done. What's up, Shaq? And yeah, so I need to try to deliver her this week. I can push the date once on Etsy if I need to. If I don't get it all done tonight, I can do it tomorrow. But my goal is to get it done tonight. And then something that I've thought about doing on the Etsy store is maybe recording videos of how to put this stuff together. Because I've had people be like, okay, it's like a puzzle. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm like, yeah, I guess there's no easy way when you get a bunch of parts, how they all fit together to make the final piece. So, another update, I guess, I'm still working on the Virginia giveaway, and I can show off the progress so far. So we're working on her head. This little thing here has her hair. We got the legs. One is painted flesh and the other is not. We have her shields, the hairband, the sword, the armor, and I might have just broken the hair. No, there's the front hair. So my goal is to still finish painting her and then give her away to someone for free. So that's the goal. I'm almost done painting her, at least the block colors. Oh, and I got the base here. I don't quite like how the texture came out on the stone part, all this. So I might come through here and fill in like cracks with like brown to make it look like dirt, stone on top of dirt. But this is what we got so far for her. And I haven't used metallic paints in a long time, since like Warhammer War Machine, but these I like how the silver came out for her armor. And it's pretty durable too. I mean, I've been knocking these around and they haven't really like chipped away and revealed anything. If anything, they just need like another layer to like try to remove the brush strokes. But since I don't have an airbrush, we're going to end up with brush strokes anyways. How's the wife and dog? They are doing good. Rocky is asleep behind me. Sorry, that was me turning around looking for him. Wife is good. We saw the Chainsaw Man movie. It was fantastic. If you guys are fans of Chainsaw, uh, highly, highly recommend checking it out. Love the animation, especially love the music. I almost just pulled my phone out on the camera. That would have been bad. Can I watch the Chainsaw Man movie if I don't know much about it? Um, no, not really, because it's a direct continuation of where the anime drops off from season one, and there's going to be characters and concepts and motivations that if you haven't watched season one, then you wouldn't know exactly what's going on with the movie. But I will say the intro song, Iris Out, has been stuck in my head. I've been playing it nonstop since I've seen the movie. So probably about, what was that, like 2.5 weeks now straight. I've just been listening to the same song over like 20 times. I'm not even joking. I think it's so cool. Do customers provide models, or do I find them myself? I am subscribed to multiple artists' Patreons. I think if I look over here on Discord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on 6 Patreons that I'm subscribed to. So every month I get like 3 to 5 models from the artist. So I have a huge catalog, and what I'm doing for the Etsy store, because a lot of shops will just take the 3D renders and put it out and say, okay, here you go, this is the print. And I think that's a little, number one, it's against Etsy's rules, and I don't like breaking rules. But number two, I think it's a little disingenuous because the renders are always in color, and what I'm printing it is in, the default, brown or gray. So, and it's in pieces. You're going to have to paint and assemble it yourself. So I feel like it's disingenuous to put out a 3D render and then say, I could make this. And it's not a what you see is what you get kind of thing. And the other issue with that, too, is sometimes these pieces don't print properly. And then I have to go in and add extra supports or tweak settings or redo. There's little nuances to this that, I can't put it out there and say, I can print this, and then get an order, go to print it, and then be like, oh my God, it doesn't print right. What do I do? I mean, I'll cancel the order, I guess, in that case, but it still doesn't feel right. So that's why I print everything once, take a picture of it, put it on the Etsy that way, and then the drawback to that is I have so much extra stuff that hasn't sold yet. I have so much plastic laying around the workshop that hasn't gotten to yet. It's crazy. For some psycho that killed Will now wears the skin, I'm doing a pretty good channeling a tinge of nerd. I'm only nerding out a little bit. I'm talking about 3D printing, painting Warhammer, and anime. That's only a little bit of nerd. That's fine. Discover any new vegan or cheese... Oh, any new vegan cheese/food. Are you implying that vegan cheese is not food? No, I haven't done any exploring to see any new anything new yet on that angle. I think my chat froze, but that's okay because it gave me time to catch up to you guys. Oh no, you guys just haven't talked. I thought I saw, maybe it froze on here. Okay. Wait, why does it say... Oh, because I'm not looking at Twitch chat. Oh my God, people are talking in Twitch chat. Hi Joe, what's up? I got the final boss of Silksong spoiled because of the guy. Yeah, that's why I didn't watch the guy play Silksong. No, I appreciate the testing. Sorry. Hey, what's up, Redhead? What's up, Kadon? What's up, Exodus? Welcome. Yeah, I actually have 3 Hornets printed. Or models available. I've only printed the one. I've sold this one before, so I know it comes out just okay. I have another one that if we have time, maybe we can get to cleaning her up, taking her off the supports and stuff. But she's itty bitty. I know she's probably like 4 inches tall, maybe. And then another artist did a more humanized version of Hornet. I haven't gotten to printing that one yet. So, but apparently the month that Silksong came out was everyone going, boom, let's make Hornet models. So that was pretty cool. How does metal 3D printing work? I don't know if they're doing metal yet. I wouldn't know. That's I understand the resin printing, and that's about it, and the filament printing. Okay, let me go get the parts that we're gonna work on. What's up, Mercenary? How are you doing? And then because I'm going to be sanding stuff, we're gonna have a mask on. Ideally, I should have a respirator, but I don't have a respirator, so this will have to do. And then let's go get what we're working on. So everything's already been cured. Everything's already taken off the supports. So all we need to do now is just like sand. I have a little shot glass of resin here. This is to spot cure if there's like big cracks or holes. And then my cheap UV flashlight, and I say cheap because this thing is, it's flickering a lot. What's up, Kenshin? Are we winning? We're alive. Does that count as winning? I also realize you guys probably want some background music, so let's click. There you go. We got White Bat audio. Is that too loud? It might be too loud for me. Oh yeah, I haven't told you about the job yet. It's got RimWorld vibes. Hell yeah, we like RimWorld. So the job has a lot of freedom so far. I like that. I had to buy my own car, but that's another cool thing that's happened. So I didn't get a company car with this job, but the company pays me for using a car, and it's a decent enough allowance that I was able to go buy a 2026 car. I had to make the down payment on it, but the stipend I get from my work covers the monthly payments on the car, and then the company reimburses me mileage on top of it. So I have a brand new 2026 Subaru Forester Sport, and it's black with the brass accents. Oh my god, I love my new car. I have never had a new car in my entire life. It's always been company cars or just like buying junkers. So like when I was younger, buy junkers because that's all you can afford. And like the last 10 years of my life, I've only ever had company cars. But now I have a car that was... William looked, he found the one that he liked, he test drove a bunch, he did his research, he said, this is the one. So, I got a good deal on it, I think. I paid the sticker price and not a cent more. I think I got a good deal on it. I'm happy with it, so I guess it's a good deal. But Subarus are the reliable ones. Yeah, they are rated probably the most safe car on the road right now. So let's get our Cecilia parts together. It's a buyer's market for cars. Yeah, part of my job is going to be taking customers to lunch. So the company wants me to have a nice, clean, reliable car to, you know, take customers in and take them out to lunch and stuff. So had to get something that was roomy, which is why I wanted the Forester, because, I mean, the Outback's cool and all, but I don't like how low it is. And it feels like you're kind of like, I don't know. Forester feels a little bit more premium to climb into, in my opinion. So, I went with the Forester. I don't know how to use manual. I've never been taught how to drive manual. I have no clue. Okay, and if we accidentally break anything, I can reprint this stuff. But, ideally, everything should be fine. As long as we're gentle, because she's got, like, little delicate bracelets and stuff. But this is a really cool print. Not my most probably my second most popular, actually. My most popular is Gigi. But Cecilia is up there. Whereas Gigi's only 2 build plates to get, all the parts printed. Cecilia takes 4, so I obviously charge twice as much for Cecilia than I do at Gigi. But, yeah. People like their Hololive girls, too. The Auto Fister combo. So I have thought about, what if I did, like, coupon codes for the different pairings of the girls? Especially since Gigi and Cecilia are, like, my top 2 sellers. Like, what if I did make an Auto Fister coupon and you got both? You don't even have a driver's license. Oh my gosh. Going to college, no driver's license. You tried every option to get your cards back from the Fool, and I'm going through airline bookings. Oh, to deal with him directly. Okay. There's a ban list update for Legacy, which I spent a few hours reviewing and updating all my data. Yeah, they didn't unban anything in Modern, which kind of pissed me off. I was hoping that we'd get Birthing Pod unbanned, but I mean, Modern's too fast anyways for Pod to be good, so just let me play Pod again, just to have fun. But yeah, we got Entomb completely banned. We have public transport here that gets the job done, and I don't go out of town. Yeah, I guess it works. It's just... I guess it's just a little funny to me to think about being in college and not having a driver's license. Alright, we've got all our little pieces. I get distant from my mic at times. Yep, I'm leaning down it to a box to pick up parts. Sorry about that. I don't think this is the right microphone, or not the right microphone, probably not the right wording. The best microphone to be using for this kind of setup, but it's what I got, so. I got a driver's license just in case I go to the main cities. Alright. Don't fall in. Still got my signed set of Entomb in my holdings. It sucks I can't use it in Legacy, but I could use it in EDH. EDH and Cube. I think I have Entomb for my Cube. It's still a really good tutor. Alright. So, here's all the parts to Cecilia. Aww. I have her sleeves hiding in her skirt. Scoot up here, get comfortable. So, our job tonight is we're going to look at parts like her head here. And if the camera focuses, you can see these little bumps. Those are left over from when I took her off the supports. So we're just going to sand those down. And if we see any spots where the supports ripped holes, we're going to fill those in. What kind of glue do I use? This is the best stuff I've found. I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought like 3 or 4 different super glues to test on resin to see which one worked best. And the Gorilla Glue Super Glue Gel specifically has been the best. You don't have to use a lot of it, and it has a super strong hold. Okay, tools of the trade. Sandpaper. Sanding sticks. A little brush to brush off the dust. And sometimes the X-Acto knife is pretty good if there's just like a little spot that I can scrape down. And I already showed you the resin in the flashlight, so let's go ahead and get started. The other thing is on some of these parts you can see these kind of bumpy textures. That's from the supports too. So we'll just try to smooth this down as much as possible because the idea is these two pieces of furniture connect. And well, I guess there's not much of a gap, but we want to make sure that they sit flush and there isn't a gap. Have I considered getting a fume hood? Yes, because not only would it help take all the dust out of the air while I'm working, it would also let me, if I could have like an enclosure, then I could do airbrushing. And airbrushing looks so nice. I didn't get Virginia done for an art contest that ended last month. I wasn't going to win because some of these people did some beautiful painting. But I wanted to, you know, at least apply and, you know, submit something. But all the stuff that you can use, or all the techniques that you can do in airbrushing for like gradients and stuff is just, oh my gosh, it's so awesome. It's not easily replicated with brushing by hand. Not impossible, just not easy. So, plus I think you get better coverage, and then you don't have the brush strokes and this, that, and the other. So there's a lot that if I had a nice airbrush setup, I would do it. So the only thing that sucks here is the gramophone is it's connected by this little spot right here, and then we have this tiny handle, so I have to be very careful I don't just pop it off. Even though this is an ABS-like resin, it's supposed to be pretty durable. That doesn't mean it's indestructible. And you can accidentally just knock something off. But yeah, the best setup, yeah, would be a fume hood, and a respirator. But we'll make do with what we got. I just won't breathe for the next 2 hours. You know what kind of sandpaper that can use a motion like toweling a bowling ball? No, I don't know. Is that like polishing stuff? So, yeah, I've been gone for about a month. A lot of that was I had to travel for training for my job because the headquarters is not in the city I live in, so I had to travel for that. And then my territory is much larger than I'm used to. So I had to shadow some other salesmen to like learn the job and stuff. And some of those days are like, okay, yeah, you're going to have to drive for 2.5 hours. There's a time zone change. And we scheduled it for 9 in the morning. So I was getting up at 4 to leave by 5 to make it to some of these appointments. So it's been so, like, having to get up that early just left me so tired. And having to do it like multiple days in a row, I was like, yeah, I can't fit in streaming. Sorry. Hey, what's up, Red? Friend from Pokemon Go meetup brought me the Kirby train guide back from Japan. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Japan gets a lot more cooler stuff than we do. I wonder if it's just easier to distribute that stuff because the country's smaller, or if they just have they probably just also have a bigger market. Because there's some Atelier stuff that I wish would make it over here, but we won't see it. Yeah, we want to take the dust off so we're not just shipping dusty parts and then the customer opens it up and he gets a big fresh breath of toxic dust. Oh, it's getting better. I'm gonna have to take some more off though. They're jealous how we can buy the Switch too. They have to buy a lotto ticket and have a Nintendo account. Whoa, why is it distributed so weirdly over there and much more over here? I wonder if it's a bigger market because there's more people over here. That reminds me, the Tetris movie, we watched it in one of the Discords I'm in. Was really cool, really fascinating. I think most of the events that happen in there are true, maybe a little embellished for Hollywood. But this dude had to go. Tetris has a movie. Yeah, how they basically snuck Tetris out of the USSR to sell it in overseas markets because this is political science, not politics explicitly, but in communism you're not allowed to have property, so you're not allowed to have rights. So the guy who invented Tetris was a programmer in Russia, and technically wasn't really supposed to have intellectual property rights to, sell it because they just don't believe in that stuff. So the Russian government wanted to take Tetris and make it for itself, but they don't like capitalism, so they didn't want it to go to the West, to be mass produced and all that stuff. So it's a pretty interesting story. What I found very fascinating though, I can't remember the main guy who it follows, but he goes to Russia and he basically becomes friends with the programmer and all this stuff and learns, there's a little bit of this whole, the Russian people yearn for democracy. They yearn for revolution and change. But yeah, so he goes over there, he makes friends with the programmer and stuff, and does a lot of this, like, double timing and negotiating to get the rights to Tetris. But the company that he was going against was this British company, I think. Or at least they had British actors playing them. But they were the Maxwell family. So it was a father and son enterprise that were trying to secure the rights for Tetris in the West. I think it was like Kevin Maxwell was one of them. Anyway, what I found really interesting was after the movie, I pulled up Wikipedia to do a little bit more research on it. This is the same Maxwells that Ghislaine Maxwell, or Ghislaine, or however you say her name, Jeffrey Epstein's right-hand woman. She's their daughter to the dad and sister to the son in the Tetris movie. I was like, what is going on here? How is Tetris tied to the Maxwells? But yeah, if you don't believe me, look it up. Peter Tetris, the creator of Tetris. Oh crap, I can't remember what the guy. I don't remember any of the names of the people involved except for the Maxwells, but that's because they're an infamous family. He programmed the game from a computer that could barely make it happen. Oh yeah, one of the interesting things about programming Tetris was the Russian computers didn't have graphics cards, so he was using like left square bracket, right square brackets to represent the blocks on the screen. There was no, I don't even think they had color then, but they didn't even have like the graphics for like triangles and squares and stuff. He's still around and currently lives in the Washington State area. Yeah, and they founded a company together called the Tetris Company. You know, so the Alexei, that was the creator of Tetris, he got no money for his creation because of communism and the USSR and Russia at the time. I don't even think there is anyone who technically owns the IP to Tetris. I don't know the legalities of it, but they have gone and founded the Tetris Company, and I think the one salesman guy, his daughters currently work or run the company now. I'm glad I reprinted this because this one didn't come out right. The gramophone. So I have it. That was why I was partly late. I was getting these off the supports and letting them air dry from the isopropyl. So I will take a moment, pop these in the curing station, cure them up, and then the ones that didn't print properly, I reprinted because I was like, oh, a couple of these look weird, and I'm glad I did. So, all right, all that work that I just did, forget about it. We'll skip that piece. We'll move on. We'll start with the bigger pieces and work our way down, I think. So, I like it when the artists put their logo on the bases. So, Remy Sculpts did the Cecilia print. So, you can go find them on, I think it's Colts 3D is the website to get the STL files, or you can follow them on Patreon. I'm not sanding the logo off, but there's some support markings here, so we're just trying to make it flush and smooth. Yeah, Tetris movie was good. Chainsaw Man movie was really good. I won't talk about it though, because like some of the Discords I've tried to talk about it and people have been like, "Oh, spoilers!" I'm like, "Oh, okay, never mind." So. Highly recommend if you're a Chainsaw fan. The other movie I'm excited about, and I haven't been excited for movies in a long time, I think Chainsaw Man kind of opened me up to it a little bit, was the new Frankenstein. I like Guillermo del Toro as a director, and it's got Oscar Isaac and Christoph Waltz in it. Oscar Isaac was, oh shit, what was his name? Poe Dameron from Star Wars. And I thought he acted okay. The Star Wars movies had problems, but I don't think his acting was one of them. Christoph Waltz is from Django Unchained and Inglourious Bastards, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else that he's been in that was pretty good. Oh, you would know him as Hans Landa from Inglourious Bastards. That was really, I think, his big break role. At least to me. I don't know if I've seen him in anything else before that. Hey, what's up, Don? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're working on 3D prints. Sorry, there's a piece. There we go. He was Apocalypse? I don't even know who Apocalypse is. Oh, Oscar was. Okay. Yeah, okay, you can see it better in this one. There's a lot of that grid pattern is from the supports, so. You just come in here and we'll smooth it up. Oh, Apocalypse and X-Men, okay. I don't think I saw that X-Men movie. I think I saw, is the Frankenstein movie in theaters? I think it's mostly, I think it's a Netflix release. I think it was shown in some theaters, but it wasn't like a big theatrical release. But I saw clips of the one guy who plays the creature, and like the not latex, I think they use silicone. Or silicone? Whatever the rubbery stuff is that they use in implants. Practical effects, long story short. So like makeup and latex and things like that, you know, not CG. And it looks really cool. So I know the wife expressed interest in it, and I was kind of just like, I don't know about retelling old stories and redoing old movies, but when I saw the director and when I saw the cast, I was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. So it's also 2.5 hours long, so the movie's great. Okay, wait, the X-Men movie or Frankenstein? I mean, it's rated pretty decently, the Frankenstein movie is, so I think it'll be a good time. I don't know, I appreciate, I don't know, it feels like CG, we went really far ahead and then we stopped caring. And so now it's just been used as a shortcut and it doesn't look as good as it used to, or we just didn't care about it looking that good. The Frankenstein movie's great, okay. That's good. I'm excited. But, oh yeah, that's decently smooth. I mean, it's a base, so it doesn't need to be perfect, but I remember an old movie called Apocalypto. Have not seen or heard of that. Okay, there's a little bit of support markings on the end here, so we'll sand these sides. So yeah, new job, new car, seen some movies. Can't think of anything else that's been super exciting over here. Oh, we got snow this week. That was crazy. And it wasn't just like, oh, here's a little light dusting. It was damn near a foot of snow yesterday. Which made me glad I bought a Subaru with all-wheel drive and heated seats. How was my Halloween? It was pretty good. We carved pumpkins. I tweeted what my pumpkin looked like. I think he came up pretty good. I don't think I did anything like super special. I didn't have any trick-or-treaters or anything, so no candy to give out. Oh, I think I was watching... Was Ann streaming on Halloween? And he took a break to go give out candy? I think I watched Ann's stream on Halloween. I think that's what I spent most of my time doing. I think I watched Ann's stream and played Battlefield 6. What's the difference between four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive? Did I mean to say four-wheel drive? Whatever. As long as it's not front-wheel drive, which is what my old car had, so it handles way better in the snow, which I'm pretty happy about. Oh shoot, I got so much dust on everything. Okay. As we sand stuff, I'm gonna put it back in the box over here to clean up my space. So, we're gonna start with the big pieces. Let's start with the dresser. let's oh crap. Okay. Alright. Putting everything on the desk first was a terrible idea. Because now I'm just getting dust on everything. Alright, put the legs over here so they don't get dusty. Okay. We really just need to sand the bottom of this because this one's kind of bumpy too. But yeah, the sides are very smooth. The top is smooth. Yeah, so just one side here. I haven't seen Apocalypto, but I have seen Apocalypse Now. That's a great film. It's an older one. I remember on one of these orders that I did, I was sanding and I sanded too hard and I broke one of the legs off. That's why I have the glue handy. Just in case I break something. Oh, I did watch the Ant stream because I wanted to watch the guy. That's right. So we saw Beg for 0 subs. Yeah, so my Halloween wasn't super exciting, but I mean, I carved pumpkins, so I did something. Did I say the Switch 2 update makes it so third-party docks don't work? Did not see that. Switch 2 is probably going to be my next purchase. Gonna save up a few paychecks, though. But I really want to play Kirby's Air Riders. I want to play the new... I'm assuming the new Fire Emblem is going to require Switch 2, so... Kirby was fun. Is it out already? Oh, the beta's out. Okay. Yeah, that's one of the big Nintendo titles I'm excited for, because I thought the first Kirby's Air Ride was an awesome game, so I would love to play Kirby's Air Riders. Is Xbox completely dead now? I'm not sure, because besides PC and Switch, I don't really mess with the other consoles. Hyrule Warriors runs 60 to 120 FPS. That's awesome. I need to wait a bit before I make moves on a Switch 2. Well, I ended up buying a 3D printer, a second one, and I thought that was a good investment, but I think in the long run, I really hate the printer I ended up buying. I wish I bought a second of the one I already had instead of like the newer model, because the newer model is crap. And I'm not the only one having issues with it, which makes me wish that I didn't wait too long to figure out that I hated it, so like I'm outside my return window, but I might sell it secondhand. I don't know, if I could get $200 for it, I'd be pretty happy. But yeah, you don't want to buy the first gen of a console and you end up like with Xbox did, where it's like, oh yeah, you're gonna red ring of death in like a week or something. Fire Emblem 18 is gonna be on the Switch 2, yeah. Like I said, that and Kirby is why I really want a Switch 2. I don't care so much about Mario Kart. I feel like I played a lot of Mario Kart 8. If they do another Smash Brothers 2, that'll be another reason for me to pick it up. I really liked Smash, and I liked us doing Smash lobbies on stream. That was pretty fun. What about Pokemon or Animal Crossing? Or are you saying Pokemon Animal Crossing? Yeah, I didn't get sucked into Animal Crossing like a lot of other people did. And I didn't play Pokemon Legends Arceus, so I don't know how the Pokemon Legends style games will play. I don't know, and I didn't like the last two Pokemon games I played. I didn't like Scarlet and Violet, and I didn't like Sword and Shield, so I don't know if I've just gotten too old for Pokemon, or Pokemon's just like, you know, lost its appeal to me. I don't know. But yeah, not excited for those titles personally. If anything, the announcement for we're getting Elden Ring Night Rain DLC next year. I'm not pretty excited. I guess mildly excited for that. I stopped playing Night Rain because like the queue times are just awful when trying to play with people. Like if it was you and a buddy and you had to get a third, if it took 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get a third guy to connect. It's just insane. Dustbloods is also the reason you need to switch to. Oh yeah, the Bloodborne 2. Yeah, I forgot about that. So I will end up getting a Switch 2, but I'm not going to be I don't know, I'm not going to be like the guy and order 2 of them and then complain about it having no games. When the other advantage is it's better hardware to play your Switch games on, so you can transfer. I don't know. I always hated that, like, oh, it's got no games on it. It's like, you got the entire Switch 1 library that you can play on it. It's got tons of games already. I can get one, but I don't care enough for one. Yeah, I'm trying to... I just bought a car. So... and I've been unemployed for like 3 months. Almost 4 months. So we're gonna hold off a little bit on making big purchases. I need a little vacuum cleaner. Or a bigger brush. Hope there's enough backlash on the key carts and the part of the game on the cart is done away with. Nintendo was doing a lot of polls, I think, if people liked the cart cert system. Because I was in Discord with Cerulean and he answered one of those surveys, but it was like Nintendo had sent him like 3 different surveys. And they had different questions, but they all kind of tied around the whole point of the key cards. So I think Nintendo really wants to make it happen, but I really hope the consumers keep telling Nintendo, please no, please don't do this. This is bad. This is anti-consumer. Pokemon Pokepia is first party on a key cart. Oh, gross. So the key carts are now coming to first party things. These aren't just third-party titles. Don't forget the classic Elder Scrolls Skyrim remaster. Dude, Bethesda just announced the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition or some crap. Like, who cares? Like Fallout 4 was okay at best. And I don't really advocate for the 3D Fallouts. I liked Fallout 3. I loved New Vegas, and I thought 4 was quirky, not the greatest. They took too many steps in the wrong way, I think. I do love how they kind of captured the New Vegas multiple endings kind of stuff that you can do, but it really is like, okay, there's 4 factions, pick one, and the ending ties to the faction. It's not like New Vegas where the ending has like 16, 17, 18 different threads tied to the decisions you make. They said Pokemon ZA was the most pirated Switch game at launch. Would no doubt that's the reason why they're doing the key carts. Yeah, and see, that's the problem too, is I understand the point of DRM, and I think it needs to exist, but it needs to not be so pervasive. Like, I ran into this issue playing Battlefield 6 and installing EA's Javelin anti-cheat, which is a BIOS level anti-cheat.
I have never had a game before that was like, oh yeah, you need to go into the BIOS settings of your motherboard and change these settings in order to play the game. I was like, I spent $80 on a game, and it's not something that's like, oh, you need a better graphics card or you need a better processor. You need to go in to the most intimate settings on your computer and start flipping bit values. Like, what the hell? This is such an insane level. Ghost of Yote's second best-selling game this year? I didn't know that. Good for them. I had no interest in it. Only MK World sold more? Mortal Kombat? No. Is that right? Mortal Kombat? Mario Kart. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and Mario Kart sold more because it was, if they include sales with the bundle package with the Switch, that probably inflated prices. Or not prices, but sell numbers. Does that mean we're getting the video game awards here soon? We should, right? Or have those already happened? They're in 2 weeks. Man. I still need to play Expedition 33. But everything that I saw in that game like makes me think that it should be Game of the Year, but it's probably not gonna get it. If we go by the United Kingdom ones, Ghost of Yote might sweep. What the only thing that's funny about Ghost of Yote sweeping is just all the nonsense that the guy espoused about I can't play a game that has this or this or this. And it's like, bro, you played Life is Strange. Like, you can't. You've played games that the developers and creators and people involved have made political statements before, and you liked those games. That's the only thing that would be just funny about Ghost of Yote winning, is the guy also is skipping or poo-pooing what ended up being, you know, the game of the year. Kind of like what he did with Baldur's Gate. He loved bug snacks. Yeah, he did. Expedition 33 is good and will get Game of the Year, but I don't think it deserves it. What's your opinion, Darn Sig? That should be Game of the Year. Who will get the award? Whichever company donated the most? Yeah. Also true. He likes anything that lets him do next to nothing. Yeah. The Grammys have a video game award now? That's kind of cool. If anything, that just helps reinforce video games being an art form, which I'm all for. As long as we don't keep getting slop games. Silksong or Blueprints. Fair enough. I think Blueprints will be like Balatro, where it'll be like, I've never heard of this game, and then people will download it and go, oh my gosh, this game was insane. Silksong, I think, has a good chance too. There was a huge cultural hype for that when it came out. So my printer did something really weird on her leg, but I don't think it's going to matter because the leg is going to get tucked up under the skirt here. But I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's like, oh yeah, you can't see it. There's like a line that goes all the way around the leg. I'm just going to try to sand it down a little bit, but it's really weird that it did that.
Avatar, Indies, Star Wars Outlaws, Helldivers 2, and Blueprints are Grammy noms. But Helldivers 2 didn't... Oh, did it get nominated a different year? It's saying it got nominated this year. It'd be weird if it did, because it didn't come out this year. The printer has leg kink. Dude, who doesn't like a nice pair of legs? This year? Interesting. Well, you can still kind of see it, but you can't feel it. We definitely got it taken down. Back of her leg. There's a couple of bumps. You can't really feel it, but you can see it. It's a little sand down a little bit more. I really need to look into getting one of those pen sanders. It's a device, you hold it, and it's got like an oscillating end that you put a little square patch of sandpaper. It'll sand for you. Anything I could do to automate this to make it easier and faster. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Oh, you can't even see the lines now. Yeah, in case you didn't know, Cecilia is like an automaton or a clockwork doll, so we got doll jointed legs. Which I think is pretty cool. I use glass files now for all of my kits. Best investment. Oh, that's not a bad idea. I have metal files, but I feel like those are a little too rough for this stuff. Alright, sand. I forgot what the character's name is. Otome, maybe? But, he's got some bumps on his butt. We'll sand up. Glass files are great for Gunpla. They have ones that restore the shiny, too. Do you mind linking those to me? Because that sounds like something I should take some research into to see if I want to use those. Sorry, I hope I'm only realizing that I might be making mouth noises, which is probably something I do while I'm concentrating. So hopefully that's not creating some weird ASMR in your ears. Could be worse. I could be burping or yawning. I feel like those are pretty disrespectful to do on stream. Mouth noises, I mean talking. No, beyond talking. I mean like tongue clicks or something. Though I am wearing a mask. Maybe the mask will cover up some of that. Alright, little dude. Should have a smooth butt now. I can make it smoother. There we go. Now we have a smooth butt. And we'll smooth your back out.
this weird scrape on his... Sand that smooth. Yeah, speaking of Silksong, I need to get back into Hollow Knight. I think I'm playing that. I think I picked that for my Thursday stream. There's also a distinct possibility I might stream Friday, but no promises. I do need to do a test stream, see if I can stream Battlefield 6, because I really like Battlefield 6, so... If I can stream that and play it at the same... It'd be streaming it, playing it, and running the VTuber model all at the same time, which can be quite taxing. So hopefully the computer can handle doing all that. Alright. Little dude is sanded. Alright. Other leg, let's go. I think going forward, I might do more of these kind of streams, so long as I get orders, I guess. If I don't have orders, then I can probably be working on prints that haven't sold yet, like Dokibird, or I can work on painting, like Virginia. But yeah, I feel like gaming is quite heavily saturated. Sometimes I don't know, I guess my brain does get wrapped up no matter what I'm doing, either if it's this or or gaming, but part of me thinks this might be the better content to focus on. Well, I've been brainstorming stuff to do, how to come back and what to do when I come back. Hey, Cyberwolf! On a 3-month streak, thank you for the resub. A year and a half now. Thank you so much for the support, dude. I hope you're doing well. Not much, man. We're just doing some sanding. Sanding and talking. Good. Glad to hear you're doing good. Darnsig, you're German. I don't know if Darnsig's German. I know Daniel's German, but I don't know if he's here tonight. Had to cancel a stream with some over-enthusiastic friends. Oh, I'm sorry. Darnsig's like, don't dox, don't dox my country. Yeah, Daniel is, well, not was German, is German. But I haven't seen him yet tonight. I now hate Bloodborne because of them. What? The only thing German in me is beer. Hell yeah. Oh, why is there a little... It's like a little spot in her skirt. It shouldn't be there. They did ruin my Bloodborne streams? How did they ruin them?
There we go. Whatever that was, finally flaked off. Okay, so on the skirt here too, it also put a weird line, so we're just gonna try to sand down the line so it's not super noticeable. You know how when you invite someone to a stream, all they do is promote? No? But is that what they did? I think when I do collabs, we have a part in the beginning and at the end where we let people promote, but like not the whole. It was that for 5 sessions? Oh, gross. I mean, promotion and marketing is important in this sphere, but ugh. I also guess with like time you and I have spent on the internet watching the guy, just like hearing people promote all the time is just aggravating. There's a thing called a time and a place. True. Which is why I said it's usually at the start and at the end of collabs. I don't know. I did for a little bit. I don't know. I need to be better about it. I don't think it's terribly annoying. Maybe you guys would tell me. I was trying for, I don't even think I did it this year, maybe last year. Was every hour I was like, okay guys, we've been streaming for, not like we've been streaming for an hour, but like, oh hey, just if you're enjoying the stream, like and subscribe, all that stuff. And not every time I get raided. Oh, so they would raid you while you were playing Bloodborne and then promote themselves in your chat during your stream? Wait, much worse? Oh no, it gets worse. It's like the meme is like, oh, it can't get any worse. And then the narrator says, it in fact did get much worse. Bro, I thought if I got raided, they would promote themselves. Oh. So you're collabing with this person. Your collab with them, you get raided. And your collab partner promotes themselves to the people raiding you. I think that's what you're saying. They were co-hosting, trying to help me get through. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, Darnsig's right. Fatherless behavior. Oh, that is mad obnoxious. Yeah, I would, if it was me, I would say something behind the scenes. Just throw him a DM and be like, hey, this isn't cool. Unless you've already talked to them, in which case, then yeah, you just need to stop streaming with them, I guess. Trying to find someone on Bloodborne is a pain. I already told them. Dude, that sucks. Yeah, absolutely there's a time and a place. Then they tried to hit me with a guilt trip? Alright, yeah, then I'd say, okay. We don't have to stop being friends, but we don't have to stream together.
Wait, they tried to guilt trip you over you using, I'm assuming, a Crag PNG? What was with people? Oh, another friend. Okay. What is with people online now just not being able to accept accountability or even just say, I'm sorry? June the King came out with a pirate software documentary today. 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's longer than the Frankenstein movie, which I thought was long when I looked it up at 2.5 hours. I gotta show you the Bloodborne one. Hell yeah. Now, if it's the same person who did the Wesker one, I love the Wesker one, and I'm sorry I couldn't stream with you to use the Wesker PNG. I mean, I guess we'll have more chances in the future, especially as I'm getting back into streaming. Okay, we're just smoothing out the inside. We don't need to get super perfect because they're not going to see this. I mean, they will see it when they paint it, but like when they're done painting it, it doesn't need to be perfect. You think they'll ever remaster Bloodborne? It's like asking Bethesda to remaster New Vegas. I don't think it's going to happen because I think the company that owns the IP, they know that people love that IP more than their own individual creations. So they have this like internal vendetta against it. So no, I don't think you'll ever see like a New Vegas remaster, because that was made by Obsidian using Bethesda's engine, and it's probably, you know, so well loved that it's because of me. I'm on a friend's portfolio. That's cool. What was I saying? So they own these IPs, but their individual creations aren't as well liked as the better made stuff. So Sony forever is going to promote The Last of Us in Horizon and the Ghost series. They will never do anything with Bloodborne. Because FromSoft embarrassed them with how good of a game they made. In my opinion. I don't think it's impossible, but I think it's extremely unlikely. And given how Bethesda just announced the Fallout 4 anniversary, you know, where they could have done anything with New Vegas. Like, at this point, I think New Vegas just needs to be released, re-released, so that way it's on a more stable client. You don't have to go and download patches in order to play it on Windows 10. Though I guess stability and Bethesda are kind of allergic to each other, so who knows. But yeah, Bloodborne's such a really cool design that you don't really see. Because I feel like a lot of games either fall into the sci-fi category or the fantasy category, and you don't have this like... And then every once in a while you get some stuff that kind of like tickles in between. Like Liza P does a little bit of this with that kind of like Victorian steampunk kind of stuff. Where it's like fantasy, but with like emergent technologies like steam and gunpowder and this sort of... and electricity. And Bloodborne kind of falls in that, where it's fantasy with guns, but then it like spirals off into this whole eldritch thing instead, which also doesn't really get touched on. I don't think you see good. I mean, I'm sure there's good indie eldritch horror kind of stuff. Call of Cthulhu kind of inspired stuff, but Bloodborne I think is like the mainstream game for that kind of stuff, maybe. I highly recommend The Last Faith. It's Metroidvania with Bloodborne style. Oh. I don't know what it is, but like Cyberwolf picking Portrait of Ruin and then Hollow Knight, like and Metroid Dread I think I really like the Metroidvania genre. So yeah, I'll definitely be checking out Last Faith. There goes hope for New Vegas with 3, Left 4 Dead, and Portal. Excuse me. Bloodborne is a weird one. Sony owns the IP, but they're not the only ones that do, and other company doesn't play ball. Wait, who's the other company that owns the IP? Is it a Sony FromSoft venture? Or is there a third? Is there Sony FromSoft and a third company that's not playing ball? Just sand these bumps down off her head. I think Miyazaki wanted to oversee if it got remastered. That would be cool. I remember an interview while it was in limbo. Oh, maybe I've just been reading Twitter slop theories about oh, Sony hates this, they'd rather this or something. Look up who owns the Hellgate IP, as this is time to learn that Lunacy Games owns it, with the voice actor for the Warcraft 3 Footman leading the company. And Jason Felix is art director. I've never heard of Lunacy Games. So cool story. I don't think I can say more than this, but this order today is for Cecilia and Hornet. Is going to France. I like the overseas orders. I've had a couple to the United Kingdom and I've had one to Japan, so now we're going to France. Oh, in Canada. We've had a couple people to Canada too. That doesn't really count as overseas, but I guess it does count as international. They have this weird obsession with pushing the Horizon franchise, which is mid, and they don't give funding to the Japanese studios. Yeah. I don't know what it is about Horizon, but like, I'm sure it's a fine game. Like mid is average. That doesn't mean bad. It just also doesn't mean stellar. You know, and I've just never been grasped by any of the concepts in Horizon. Louvre needs replacements. Dude, that would be crazy if there's a William the Alchemist 3D printed Cecilia Immergreen painted by someone else being submitted to the Louvre.
Reason why Horizon is this. Oh, Horizon is the Sony CEO's creator. It's the best-selling single SKU in Sony history at 26 million. That's, well, makes sense. Flagship Studios created Hellgate after Blizzard North folded up, with the OG Diablo team forming Flagship. Oh, that's cool. At least it's not Last of Us 2. You mean Last of Us 2 HD remaster remake 4K? I never played Last of Us. That was another one that I was just kind of like, about, which pisses off the wife, but she really liked Last of Us. But, like, they're like Bethesda in that too, where like how many times have they made Skyrim? Skyrim's got to have been made like 9 times, right? Like, we got to be getting up there with Last of Us, right? Last of Us 2, Uncharted, Horizon, and Ghost of Yotei joke is they all have the same ending. Really? I wonder how many old IPs like Hellgate, like Mercenary is talking about, are held by people that just haven't been made yet. Like, I thought about this the other day, and I will probably do a stream of this, but I was like, oh man, what if I found, maybe on like abandonware websites or something, like some of the old games I used to play as a kid. And when I say old, I mean like, we're talking MS-DOS kind of games, right? And the first game that jumped into my mind was Lemmings. It was like a strategy puzzle game where you have these little dudes that walk back and forth, and you have a limited amount of different abilities that you can give them to like dig or climb or parachute or whatever. And your goal is to get your little lemmings from the spawn gate to the exit gate. I was like, oh man, what if I did a couple of streams of playing like really retro games? But it made me thinking, like how many IPs like Commander Keen, Lemmings, and this that just someone has their hands on the IP, and gosh, I just can't get funding or can't get anyone to give a rat's ass to make it. Lemmings was hell on earth to beat. Yeah, Lemmings was tough. I think where I struggled was the later stages where it wasn't just, oh, I have to click here and do this and do this and do this. You had, I guess it's like pretty close to like micromanaging timing on like StarCraft 2, where it's like you had to pay attention to what your lemmings were doing as they're wandering back and forth to make sure they didn't get crushed or exploded or anything. Like that, horrible things could happen to your little lemmings. And it's like you're trying to build your staircase to the exit, but also like navigate around all the traps and everything else. Did I say Roger Rabbit's not owned by Disney, but the OG creator? I did not see that. Flash game? No. Dude, Flash was not even a twinkle in a guy's eye when this came out. Wait, hang on. Maybe I can find this. Can I find a screenshot of Lemmings so I can show you guys what I'm talking about? Like, when I say this is an old game, I mean, like, this is a 30-year-old game. Oh, yes. I mean, I can only find it on Reddit. Forgive me for pulling up a Reddit link. Yeah, here we go. Oh. Is it behind something? There it is. Is it alt click? Oh, that sucked. Is it control click? Nope, that wasn't it. How do you... What's the hotkey to crop? Maybe it is alt click and I just... Yeah, it is. Windows 11 sucks. My PC just crashed. Yeah, I'm not updating to 11. And that's actual size. It's probably like 300 by 200 pixels, because that was the resolution we played games at back in the day. Yeah, look at this. This is a classic. Oh my god. Oh, I can't minimize the screen to read chat at the same time. You have your... So here's the spawn gate. And then you're the mini map, and you have to get them over to this little gap, and then they leave. And then you have the climbers, the parachutes, you can explode them, the blockers, the builders. You had a guy who dug straight down, a guy who dug diagonally, and a guy who punched through walls. Yeah, that was Lemmings. Looks like a Captain Worm copy, never played that. Yeah, it is old, but I did think about if I could find Lemmings on some abandonware website that I could stream it on DOSBox or something. Get those really crunchy... God, was it even MIDI boards back in the day? I don't even... Like the Sound Blaster, that's what it was called. Get the really crunchy, early sound effects. Lemmings had limits on how many times you could use those abilities. Yeah, that's why there was a 10 next to each of those. You can only use each of those abilities 10 times. So you click a guy to make him a blocker, you had 9 blockers left, and so on and so forth. I'm going to stick on Windows 10 for as long as I can. I really wish Microsoft didn't force... It feels like 11 came out really quickly. But there's probably good reason why they wanted 11 out so fast, because I think there was a couple of big exploits that was in 10, and they did try to patch some of those out, but I wonder if there's like some other really bad vulnerabilities that are in 10 that they haven't announced or haven't been found, and they're just kind of like sitting on. Given the opportunity, people would still run Windows 95. If they could just take Windows XP and just make it work on modern systems, I would go back to... I would go to XP in a second. I remember everyone hated 10. I think my hate with 10 was just... I was just frustrated that I had to update. That's all. 7 sucked. Vista sucked. 8.1 sucked. I don't think I hated 10. I miss Windows Vista. Gross. XP was the best. I don't know. I don't like Microsoft forcing like the AI stuff, and I don't like every time you click on the task menu, it's like, oh yeah, let me take a screenshot of your current computer. You suck. I love Vista. 7 was simple and easy to work with. Dude, you know what we're never going to have? We're never going to have... Click on... I'm going to do it for the camera. Click on the start menu. Have the menu pop up. Oh, wait, hang on. Am I talking out my ass? Can you do this right now in Windows 10? It's a little different. You click on the start menu and it's like, here's all your programs alphabetically. But like, you could click on the start menu and it pop up and you go to programs and drop down all your programs, and you go to Blizzard and drop down all your Blizzard games. Like that stuff was cool.
There's a way to turn that off, yeah. You only want XP because of nostalgia, it was bad. Probably. I ran XP until it was pretty much like, okay, oh, you want to have 16 gigabytes of RAM, you know, or you want to have a terabyte in your hard drive, you got to upgrade from XP. Am I getting air raiders? Yeah, Reggie. I got to get a Switch 2 first. Then we'll work on air raiders. I ran XP until 2014. I don't remember how long I ran it. I remember 93 in high school. I remember Windows 3.1. How does Linux work? Shoot. I used to do, for whatever reason, when I did programming in college, they had us remote into Linux terminals to do our programs. So I used to be able to tell you how Linux worked. Or maybe it was even Linux. Maybe that was a Unix system. But I don't remember. I'm the wrong guy to ask. I just realized that it can't see Chrome, so it's doing this little... We'll go and hide you. Right? Is that what this is? Oh, has that been there this whole time? Shoot. Well, loading icon's gone. I was playing the Air Riders network test. It was really fun. I'm sold on the game. Hell yeah. I love to hear that. All right. Does anyone use Firefox anymore? No, I really need to... I need to migrate everything over to Brave. I'm so sick of Chrome. Like, you open like Gmail and YouTube and I'm trying to think what else you have open. Twitter. No, it's not the ads. It's just like it runs out of memory and crashes a whole bunch. Like it's just awful. I mean, all the good ad blockers are now like against Google's policy too, which is really crummy. So yeah, it would just be nice to like open a browser. Like I have a fast as hell computer. So it's just frustrating to like open up Chrome and it's like all your memory, and now I'm gonna run really, really, really slow. Like, good golly. So then you turn on Brave, and you load up YouTube, bam, instantly. Gmail, bam, instantly. You know, like you can pull up all the sites and they load lightning fast, like they should. Like I don't know why using Chrome to go to a Google-owned website makes it go, I'm gonna take my time to load your Gmail, load your YouTube channel, load your YouTube. Like, why? How? And why is it acceptable? Why do people use it? I mean, you'd almost be better off going back to Internet Explorer, or what do they call it now? Edge? Microsoft Edge? That's probably better than Chrome at this point. I remember when Google Chrome browser uses a hell of a lot of RAM. It still does. Also, hi Reggie. I'm doing good. New job is going well. Rest of this week is going to be busy for me. A lot of traveling, a lot of shadowing. Next week is going to be travel and training. I'll try to stream next week. It might not be as much as this week. Edge is Chromium. So does that mean it's going to run like crap? When Firefox pushed their own proprietary cookies, I vowed to never use it. Ugh, that's gross. I don't know. In some ways, it feels like internet, just like casual existence on the internet is under attack all the time. Or it's like, we must show you ads. You are not allowed to install ad blockers. We will throttle your speeds. We will disconnect your videos. And, oh, you don't count as a viewer in your favorite Twitch streamer's Twitch chat. What else can we do? I don't know, I hope they figure out something better than ads. That's the billion-dollar idea. Because I feel like we've just had the internet has just been nothing but ads forever. I mean, it used to be way more intrusive with the frickin' pop-up ads. I'm glad those are a thing of the past. That was a good way to get me to never visit your website again. If it was like a pop under ad too that would start playing sound effects. Oh man, we used to have it real bad. Your aunt is choking. Watch this 30-second ad before we show you how to do the Heimlich. Yeah. Paywall all the important first aid videos. Oh, I guess we still kind of get pop-up ads. It's those ads that like block out the screen and like fade the background. Yeah. If you could find some way to monetize the internet that doesn't use ads, I think that's the genius idea. Or make a different type of ad that doesn't suck. Or whatever happened to just like banner ads? I guess those are still around. I just don't see them because of my ad blockers, but... I mean, ads have gotten so bad that now I have... On my paid services, I'm already paying you a subscription. You're already getting guaranteed money from me on Netflix. Netflix is now doing... Oh, hey, let's interrupt your movie for ads. And then the worst part too is we're going to track your activity. So we'll recommend, we'll try to play ads we think matter to you. And here's what sucks about the tracked activity crap is because I do business on Etsy, ta-da, this kind of stuff. I get Etsy ads all the time. I don't buy on Etsy because most of the Etsy stuff is like cute, girly, handcrafted kind of stuff. I feel like that's a more artistic kind of stuff. I guess I shouldn't like classify it as girly, but like just stuff I just don't need and I don't really have an interest in purchasing. I have bought stuff on Etsy, but like I'm probably not the primary demographic for Etsy. But I go to Etsy because I'm selling on Etsy. That's what I'm using Etsy for. I'm a seller, not a buyer. But I get so many Etsy ads and it's just like, you're barking up the wrong tree. I don't need purses. I don't need dresses. I don't need flowers. Did you see Xbox is promoting anti-Asmongold vids in the Xbox video app? I did not see that. That's crazy if true. Didn't bother with Netflix when introduced to it back in 2008. I wanted to have 00 on there out of the gate. 00 what? Are you talking about like James Bond stuff? Oh, Gundam. Gotcha. Isn't Etsy becoming a lot of AI slop? Yep. Really weird that Etsy allows AI on there, and also really weird that Etsy allows you to drop ship stuff. Because now Etsy's just like a borderline Temu. But then they had this whole spiel about, we're going to get rid of 3D printing. And I was like, well, that sucks for me. I ended up, I have a domain banked. So if Etsy does come through and like ban my frickin' shop, I do have a plan B. But yeah, I mean, like, you can go there and get stuff that's not handmade. I'm like, this is like borderline handmade. I'm 3D printing it, but like I have to clean it up on my hand, like with tools before I sell it to you. I mean, I could sell it to you as I could sell you a part like this, but this hasn't been cured in UV light, so it's dangerous to touch, and it's still on all the supports. You know, so do you want to like go through, clean all this up, and then cure it before you can paint it? No, I'm doing that stuff for you. So it's not super artistic because I didn't design these. But there's still some craft to it because I also have to calibrate the resin, I have to calibrate the printer, I have to do the test prints. Like there's some knowledge to this that, you know, someone else couldn't just like get the same file, buy the same printer, and throw it all together and do the same thing. This is my defense of why I should be allowed to sell on Etsy. But like people will go to Etsy and like steal a sticker, a design, or AI create a design, go to another company that will print the stickers for them, you know, and then start selling the stickers on Etsy. But the address that it's shipping from isn't shipping from the person that you buy it from. It's shipping from the company that's printing the stickers. And then these people, they make thousands of, excuse me, voice crack, thousands of dollars a month. Just like drop shipping AI stickers and crap like that. I mean, I've had to go through, I started putting watermarks on my stuff because I was afraid that like I'd run into like some copycat stores or scam stores that would like try to pretend to be me, because I am a star seller on Etsy. So that means I've done a number of sales, I've gotten a number of good reviews, and my metrics are really good on Etsy. So, you know, like how people knock off, I guess, you know, Air Jordans or whatever. Someone would go in and be like, okay, here's a brand that's really popular. Let's make a store that looks like it. Thousands. That's what I said. Thousands. Or, oh, you're making fun of the voice crack. Yeah. I don't think I said it like Dave, where it said thousands. He says it with an L. It's really weird. Thousands. It's worse. There's an anime store in my local mall that's drop shipping stolen art. They already were rated once and rebranded. Oh, man. Yeah, I've been seeing stuff on like the 3D printing subreddits of people who just all get like the fidget toys, like the little snake dragon pieces and whatever. And they're opening up shops where they're selling these fidget toys for like $80 a pop. That wasn't a voice crack. That was frustration mounting in my voice. I did have one design get DMCA'd on Etsy because it was Chainsaw Man. But what was frustrating about it is I reached out to the company and be like, hey, I don't think I'm infringing on your IP because it's basically fan art. It's just 3D printed fan art, and I didn't hear anything back. So I think I might file a counterclaim and try to get my listing put back up. But what was really frustrating is it was like getting DMCA'd on YouTube where they only filled out half the form, and Etsy was like, oh, well, they put some information down. Better take down Will's listing. Like, bro, they didn't even say where you could go to find their registered copyright or intellectual property or anything. And the link that they put, the Crunchyroll URL that they put, was a broken URL at 404s. But Etsy still took me down. Wonder when the AI art bubble's gonna pop? It won't. You either need legislation to come through to fix some of it, or we're just gonna have to accept that people just need to be better about. Oh my god, can we focus? Hello? Thank you. We just need the general population, and I think it'll happen because like I think the older generation has like no filter for seeing AI stuff, so it's gonna be up to the younger people to be better about identifying AI stuff and just not buying it. Like, just don't give these people any money and then they'll go away. But right now it's pretty easy to scam old people because old people don't understand what AI is and what it's capable of and what it can do. You know, so if they see a dog with a pumpkin head on Facebook, they'll believe that it's a real thing. So at least that's what I've noticed from seeing like crazy Facebook reactions to AI artwork has always been like older people, like 50 and up, just see something and just can't recognize. Like there's nothing like scratches in their brain to say this isn't right. They instead go, oh wow, that looks real enough. It'd be a real interesting psychological study. Cause like I think if there was a test online, I would take it. I think I'm like 90 to 99% accurate at picking out AI. Like I see stuff and I just go, there's just something just doesn't hit right. The really obvious one that I see is just how AI makes stuff look too perfect. That's the one that like really scratches my brain. Or I go, yeah, no, that just doesn't look right because it's too good. You're not? I'm not good at picking out AI? Is that what you said? I wonder if it's some confirmation bias I have then. People are already suing? Good. Because I've been seeing more of this where people, legitimate artists, are still getting accused of doing AI, but the artists have been around like 10 years, and they're just like, no. The AI was trained on my art, on my galleries, against my permission. That's why my stuff looks like AI, because AI stuff is made to look like mine. They're trying to emulate me. It's got this weird, oily, weird look. Yeah. Though also, there might be a bubble pop later too. You'll put a lot legit art in the AI bucket and a lot of an AI and legit bucket. I think I'd be more in danger of calling legit art AI, but I don't think I would ever call AI legit. I think there might be some legit art that I would be on the fence about and call it AI, but I don't think I would miss a single piece of AI. You want to see some of those global to AI stuff? RTU thinks anything AI making fun of JD Vance and Trump is real. Oh, that new one of those AI generators that was like making fake news reports, like actually having like reporters on looking like the TV with like the ticker across the bottom and stuff. I was like, man, that is going to be like a nuclear bomb dropped on the boomer generation. They're going to have no clue to figure out what is real and what isn't. If you had like an AI generated Fox News or something. Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. That's why I said I would want to put my AI detection skills to the test. I think I could do a pretty good job of it. RTU, you would think would be smarter when it comes to technology, but I guess he doesn't understand technology anymore like he used to. I don't know. I think I'm in the minority of this. I think RTU has a good like narrator voice. I like it when he's like talking through something that he knows. Like when he was talking to Phil about how to use a microphone. Not only was it like tech review, which is what he originally was for, but I just think he has a decent talking voice that I would rather him like read lore videos than like trying to get into like the drama space. Or the politics. Like, he should just go completely off and just, like... I don't know, read owner's manuals or something. Read stories, make Warhammer 40k lore videos. Like, I think there's something better that he could be doing that is easier, doesn't get him in drama. He has an ASMR lore. No, don't go to the ASMR when you're doing the voice into the microphone. Not like that. I mean, just like his normal speaking voice is good. That he could just do lore videos like that. But I think he wants to be something more than that. But I don't know. I think you just got to be happy with what you got. The only politics people I know shock their dog. Oh. There's a meme I need to make. Thank you for reminding me, Darnsig. I will hopefully get it out onto Twitter tonight. I thought about it earlier today, and I don't know why I didn't make it when I got home from work. RTU going off on politics? I think all he does is politics now. I'm just saying it's a shame that he's trying to get into politics because, I mean, number one, that's a crazy sphere on YouTube and Twitch right now. But number two, I think he can just go back to tech. And if he doesn't want to do tech, if he thinks he's destined for something more, do lore videos or do documentaries or something. I think a lore video would be pretty low effort. Just like camera on him, read text, maybe subtitle it at the bottom of the screen, upload. If he could be happy with what he had, he wouldn't be RTU. Maybe I just think lore videos are good because I listen to a lot of lore videos these days. Okay. Her feet are going to be really easy. And I think they came out pretty well. If you guys want some toes. Yeah. Yeah, we got Cecilia toes. I will... My hype for Rogue and Gambit and Marvel Rivals... my hype for Rivals is like in the absolute crapper right now. A little bit ago, I want to say maybe a week ago, we tried playing Quick Play, but like the whole night, we were just getting slammed by Eternity players, Celestial players, One Above All players, people who had like qualified and played in like tournaments and stuff. And this is in Quick Play, and this is after like, okay, we got our butt stomped. Maybe the next one will be better. Okay, the next one will be better. The next one will be better. We lost 11 games in a row to just these people who are just like so far and away way better than us. So I am just done with Rivals. The matchmaking for quick play is booty. And because I have friends who play on other consoles than PC, I can't do ranked. So I'm just not going to play Rivals. I crashed out so hard, I broke my keyboard. Like, I have never been so mad at a game before. And it sucks because I really like the art style of Rivals. I really like how it plays. And the way the different characters go together, and I've spent money on skins and stuff, so it's just really, really frustrating to see the game. Like, what's happening to the game is all the casual players are in the boat that I'm at, but I guess I'm slightly better than casual, so maybe I didn't feel this pinch quite as much. But it was like, the player base is just dwindling and dwindling and dwindling to now where it's just sweat on sweat on sweat, just sweaty games, even in quick play, and it's just not fun. Because when you do lose 13 games in a row, the game's finally like, okay, we got to give you one. And then you just gutter stomp the other team. Like, there should be some level of matchmaking where it's like, okay, a little bit of struggle this way, a little bit of struggle this way. And then when the game's over, win or lose, you're like, wow, that was close. That was a good game. You know, it wasn't taken over by one character or one team or anything like that. And the other thing that sucks on quick play is there's no bans. So you just get stuck with all the degenerate combos that you don't encounter in ranked. So, long story short. Oh, no, I already did the long story. So, in finality, I am done with Marvel Rivals right now. I do think it's interesting they made Gambit a strategist. I might come back to try him. But I think the Marvel Rivals bubble has started to burst. It's just not fun anymore. I never played the Gundam Overwatch clone. It was tryharders after the second day of release. Like, I try hard. I watch the videos. Like, okay, here's how to play Venom and do the combo to like one hit kill a support with his ultimate. Like, I look that stuff up. I do the aim labs, you know, to try to get my accuracy up and practice like training and things like that, and play the game. But, you know, I also work, so I can't put in the... I'm in my 30s, you know? A 16-year-old is probably going to have better reflexes than me. Or even someone in their 20s will probably have better reflexes than me, you know? So, like, I can try and put in the time and learn the game and all that stuff, but I'm just going to be beat. And I recognize that there will always be players better than me. Like, I don't think I've ever been number one in a game ever. I don't plan to be. I don't try to be. I just try to be the best that I can. But, you know, to pit me against people who are like the number 76 Iron Fist in the world. Like, okay, this is quick play. I'm just trying to grind Lord icons or learn a new character. You know, I don't want to play against the full sweat team. I don't know. I get matches where people just throw after the first round. I've had ranked games like that. I was queued with a friend named, hey, what's up, Daniel? It has been a hot minute. How are you? I was queued up with my friend Rain, and now he's a Celestial level player, but he hadn't played in a while, so his rank had dropped. So we were in the same rankings, so we could play ranked together. And we had one game where we were dominating round one. I mean, like, he played Star-Lord. He's up like 40 kills after one round. I mean, because he's a DPS monster. And any hit scan character is devastating in his hands. And then, like, the rest of our team just, like, all went meme characters. All of our tanks went DPS. I was support. The other two supports went DPS. Like, it was just, like, me on Jeff with 5 DPS. And our DPS, they're picking meme DPS like Black Widow and stuff. I was just like, we could have won this. Why did we give up on round 2? It just made no sense. But yeah, that's... Oh, we had another ranked duo. They were like talking on the mic. One was Strange. Doctor Strange is like, okay, we're going to portal in here. I'm going to try to portal in on their supports, kill their supports as soon as we get out of the portal. And this guy had awesome portal plays the first round of domination. And then round 2 of domination, he's like, okay, guys, time to portal. And then he does the meme portal where we fall off the edge. Then he swaps from Doctor Strange to go Spider-Man. And then like just dies 9 times in a row in Spider-Man. It just is like just throwing the game. Again, when we could have won because he played a good Doctor Strange. He just... I don't know. So, yeah, Marvel Rivals is sinking. Exactly, Mercenary. Quick play is no fun because it's full of sweats, and then ranked is no fun because it's full of people ruining the game. So, because I don't value my sanity at all, I have started playing Dota 2 again. Go back to where it all began was Dota. The start of my PvP tryhard journey in life before League of Legends came out. But here's the thing with Dota. I pick up the game. I haven't played in years. There's new characters, there's new mechanics, there's new items, there's this new thing called facets, which is really cool. And I played into a game where I was queued with people who had thousands of games of Dota under their belt, and I have like 10, right? And I picked Skeleton King because it's like, okay, I don't want to pick someone like super mechanic heavy. You know, Skeleton King is, I stun and I right click you and I hope to kill you before you kill me. But I have 3 lives. I die once, I turn into the tombstone, I come back full health, try to kill you again. And if I die, I come back as a ghost and I have a 3rd chance at trying to kill you. So I was like, okay, I'll just pick Skeleton King. I'll just farm. It'll be easy. And like my team was just like, bro, stop dying, focus on farming. And like they would get jumped and get ganked and I'd like try to like muscle in, like I'm gonna come save them. And I don't have the items that I need to be threatening, so I'm just walking in to die. And my team's like, bro, just leave us to die. Get your farm, get your items. You're the carry. You need your items. I'm like, and like the enemy team's like crap talking us in all chat. But even my team was like, nah, we just got a new player. It's okay. No, not a big deal. And like I tried adding these guys to play with them again, but they didn't accept my friend request. But it was like the nicest game of Dota I'd ever played in my life. I'm like 1-9. I'm clearly feeding. I'm not contributing enough. And my team is like, nah, bro, it's okay. It happens. You can't win everyone. I was like, oh. I would play every game in my life with guys like that if I could. I wanted to be friends with them so bad. But I don't have an own squad. I don't play games online. Yeah, I hate getting yelled at by strangers. I agree. Yeah, I had some ranked games where I had a Moon Knight that was like, you guys are so dumb. I can't believe we lost this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, it's like, I'm in ELO hell or whatever. And I'm like, dude, you just picked Moon Knight. You never swapped. You know, like Moon Knight's like puts out a lot of damage, but he doesn't like kill people, and he doesn't have any cool mechanics like a stun or a grapple or anything worthwhile to build around. And he was like, dude, shut up. You're a platinum. Is your career highest. And I look at this dude's account, and he was like Diamond 3 highest. I'm like, oh, okay. You're a half rank higher than me. Congratulations. But you're a DPS main. You know, you're not out here sweating your ass on support or tank, the actual hard roles that matter in these games. You're picking Moon Knight, you know, dumping a ton of DPS into the enemy team. I think my playlist has moved to a different playlist. But I like the song, so we'll let it play. And I agree, Joe. It is always DPS that complain. Always. The 2K community ruined me. A bunch of jackasses yelling to pass the ball so they can miss. Yeah, and even if you pass them the ball and they miss, they won't take the blame. Be like, oh shoot, my bad. They'll blame you for passing the ball wrong or something. This is from... Oh my god, what was the name of this game? Holy cow, I played this on stream. Why can't I think of it? The band is Toxic Avenger, right? Fury. There we go. I didn't say anything. I didn't say Siri. Shut up. No, not Hotline Miami. And it was Toxic Avenger. Hotline Miami is good too. Always has been this way with DPS. Yeah, I guess in World of Warcraft too. I've always had dumb... Back in the day, we had dumb DPS players. I was like, okay, bro, get out of the fire. Stop. Stop dying to easy mechanics. Oh, I gotta get my numbers up. Shut up. You can't DPS when you're dead. Oh, the healers need to heal me more. Nope, shut up. You're a DPS. You're the... It was better in World of Warcraft, though, because if a DPS player was giving you lip, you could just be like, all right, bye. I'll kick you and go find another DPS. There's another 40 waiting. Hey, take it easy, Dave. Nice to see you again. Thanks for hanging out. Is the chainmail that bounces damage back still there? Yeah, blade mail's still there. Sorry, I didn't read your question. I can't believe we lost. I can't. It's a game. Oh, dude, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. You're very welcome. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And now that I know my schedule going forward, I mean, we got holidays coming up, but I'll try to stream a little bit more now. Did I see the northern lights outside? 90% of the USA can see them. I think we got full clouds tonight, so I don't think I can see them. Actually, it's been cloudy most of the day. When I walk Rocky, I'll try to take a look to see if I can. We got hit with a foot of snow yesterday, though, so it's... I know it's like... We're not even halfway through November, and I feel like it's winter already, which is crazy, because like last week I was saying, like, wow, summer felt so short. No, not summer. It felt like fall was really short, because it just like... It went from summer, we had like 2 weeks of fall, and then it just got cold. And now it's cold and snowy and icy, so... Alright. Do we need to clean these cups up? Maybe a little. Yeah, yikes is right. I think Rocky was shocked to see the snow. He seems to do okay in the snow. He likes to stick his nose in the snow and sniff around. It's really funny because it looks like when he comes up, he's of course got snow on his nose, so it looks like he was doing cocaine. I don't know what it is about snow that he has to huff it, but it's just really funny. Sucks it's getting cold and dreary. Already had to put my bike in the storage, yeah. Hey, have a good night, Joe. Thanks for hanging out. Nice to see you again. Pugs are like that? Yeah, I guess so. Rocky on that snow. Oh, he is a weird little dude. Jill got him this chew, though, and he's been chewing it for like 4 days. I got to figure out what it is and what it's made out of, because he hasn't been able to devour it instantly. And even some of the most durable toys I bought him have only lasted a few hours. I love when it's cold, less people outside when I jog. Hear a madman jogging in the snow. Are you worried about like slipping and hurting yourself? I guess you said cold, not snow. I think all these came out okay. Oh, this one's got bumpies on the back. We'll take care of those. Think you're running on ice? Yeah, you're some sort of frozen Jesus. Instead of running on water, you're running on ice. Is PlayStation selling gaming monitors? I didn't see that. Is it because they realize most of their player base is playing on TVs that don't handle the refresh rates of the games? All right, I missed these. $4K, 240 hertz, 27 inch for $350. That doesn't sound too bad. I haven't bought a monitor in a while. Not that I would need a 4K or 240 hertz. But I don't think that sounds too bad. Oh shoot, what's the guy playing tonight? I don't know what his schedule's like anymore. It's not American Truck Sim. That was last night, wasn't it? I have thought about getting one of those big curved monitors for the desks. That way I don't have to have... I think I have 3 monitors and there are 3 different models, so they don't match. I think it would be cool if I had either all the monitors the same or just one big monitor. I got an ultra wide and it's sweet. Yeah, I visited a customer last week and they had ultra wides. Yeah, ultra wide. What did I say? Apparently everyone has to be like, you mean ultra wide? Or actually, you mean ultra wide? Oh, you know what I started playing again? I'm sorry, I mentioned the guy and then my brain flashed through a bunch of recent stuff. I started playing Project Zomboid again because I saw the guy rage quit that on the tutorial. Zomboid still holds up. That's still an awesome game. Big and curved like a nice lady. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy that I'll buy the Nintendo Switch before I buy a monitor. My monitors do 144 hertz. I'm okay with that. It has a problem with some columns malfunctioning, but I got it for essentially free. So yeah, that's a good price. A lot of manufacturers have Ultrawides, so you got a good selection. That's cool. I'll tell you what, in my experience, Dell has made really good monitors. I've always bought Dell monitors. Ever since I got scammed on a Samsung monitor, I was like, yep, I'm never buying that again, so. Hopefully I'm not dating myself a whole lot here, but it was the Dell IPS panels, I think that's what they were called. Have the really good color quality. It's pretty much what I've been buying. Okay. I'm hitting levels of music that I'll probably get copyright for, so I need to find a new playlist. '80s retro wave. Let's do it. I was gonna get a 4K Dell next. Got the MSI one instead. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea next time to purchase. I'm not playing my games in 4K, and I think we were talking about this in the Discord. Like, I think like 1080 is probably good enough. Phil's playing the Game Boy Advance MK Deadly Alliance. Wait, he hasn't dropped Mortal Kombat yet? I thought it was over that he wasn't playing the Mortal Kombat collection online. Like, who wants to watch that dude just play the bots or the arcade mode or whatever? Professional fighting game player, everyone. Mortal Kombat brings him 2K views per video and always hits the goal. Oh, I wonder why his views are doing well on that. I mean, good for him that his views are up. Pokemon barely gets 400 at best. Oh, it was Pokemon yesterday, right? That we were watching? Or was Pokemon the day stream? I don't know. I tuned into a Pokemon stream and he had like 140 people watching. I was just like, this game, like... Man, if you told me 5 years ago that Phil would stream to less than 300 people, I wouldn't believe you. But now it's like 300 people a stream is... it never happens. It feels like lately a good stream now is like 200 people. He does charge 20 to name a Pokemon. Yeah, I saw that scam is still going on. Sometimes sub 130. Oh my gosh. I guess it depends on the game for the views. But it's funny, I was listening to an old Tevin stream reviewing DSP from 2018. But, I mean, Tevin made a point then, which is still true today, and probably more true today, that this dude, his business relies on whatever the gaming industry puts out that year. He has literally no way to influence how much money he makes with his content. He's skipping Kirby because he can't play on Wi-Fi? What? Why can't he play on Wi-Fi? Does the network test require a wired connection? Or did he read an article that said it's bad on Wi-Fi? Which, yes, most games are bad on Wi-Fi. Spoiler alert. I played it on Wi-Fi. So he's making up a reason to not play Kirby. Hasn't he been doing the LTG thing where he holds the game hostage? Yes. And if a game misses a goal once, it's either held hostage or immediately killed. I can't believe he was still playing Silksong with how often he was threatening to drop that game. I thought that game for sure was going to get dropped. He said Nintendo can't make good online and his Switch Ethernet port is bricked. How did he brick the Ethernet port? That's incredible. And yeah, Nintendo's online is spotty, but it's Kirby's Air Ride. I mean, I guess he does play Mario Kart World, like his life depends on it. Okay, guys, I need to hit the head real quick. And take a couple glugs of water here. So, I'm gonna hit the BRB button. We'll work on Hornet next. Speaking of Silksong. So, should be back in like 3 to 5 minutes. I wish you would play Air Riders. I would body that man. I believe it. Did he say the last Kirby game was too hard? He might have. But Air Riders doesn't play like a Kirby game. It plays like a kart game. So, I reprinted this part earlier. It's curing right now. You'll hear it beep. I'm going to get up, flip it, cure it for another minute. And then Cecilia will be done. Thankfully, Hornet doesn't have as many pieces. I guess I can get the Hornet stuff ready. He compared the previous Kirby game to Dark Souls and Rage Quit. Yep. I think only because it had the Bloodborne style life gain stuff, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 parts to make Hornet. All right, let me go flip this. I'll get up in a minute to go take those parts off when they're done. That's the internet for you? Yeah. I have seen some interesting Hornet designs. What's really cool is it's one build plate to make her, and then the parts are, she's thankfully got a pretty simple design. So there's her cape on her body, a nail through the hand, and then the nail rests on this part of the base for support. Why is this not going? Why are you making me look like a fool? I've done this before. This is my second one. Okay, we'll put the nail there. Is her weapon even called a nail? I know the Hollow Knight's weapon is a nail. Oh my gosh, it's making me look dumb. I've done this before. Why won't it fit? This is really weird. Oh. Okay, you have to get it turned just right. And then head on there. And there she is, dashing forward. Needle, not nail. Got it. Okay. But we need to clean her out because, as you can see, we've got some scuff. So we'll take the scuff off.
she'll be ready to go. And because she's only 5 parts, it'll be pretty easy. Let me go get these other Cecilia parts though, and we'll get finishing up here. I think the next character I'm going to print is Doobie, because she's pretty cool. And that'll almost finish my X Hololive cast. Oh wait, I think I have a mint model. I haven't done mint yet. And I know she wasn't X Hololive, but I also have Henya. I don't know. I've printed a lot of anime characters and a couple of video game characters, but the people that sell the most are the Hololive or the VTuber stuff. So I think I'll just stick to printing VTubers for now, at least until Hololive, you know, strikes me with a hey, knock it off. No one has said anything yet. So we'll just keep pushing our luck. So I did notice on parts like the violin, I needed to reprint them. I don't know if you can see the detail here. No, it's not focusing. Like this one, you can see, is this the good one? No, this is the bad one. So maybe you can see where like the layers have kind of like flaked apart on the parts where you tune the violin, these little keys up here. This one printed okay. There's some weird setting on my printer on the model that was flipped, and it printed some rough pieces. So that's why I redid like the hair and stuff, because they just weren't repaired and prepared properly, so. But thankfully it was just a setting I needed to swap, and then all I had to do was reprint it, but I hope I haven't printed any other ones like it and sold like that. I feel bad if there's inferior product floating around out there. That one looks good. We have to clean up the base on this one again. But yeah, on this you can see, I should show it better. The handle on this one is kind of flat because it didn't print correctly. And this one, the handle's round all the way around. And the other thing, might be a hard detail to see. Oh no, that's an easy detail to see. You can see on the screwed up one that the needle that would read the record is also like flat. But then on the correct one, there's still some supports to clean up, but like the needle printed all the way there, so. Just some just an ever-improving process, but I mean, these are things that I think stop
just anyone being able to do what I do, because I've made this, messed with them, and then see what I did wrong or see what I can do better, and then go in and figure out what it is and fix it. Try and make the 3D prints just a little bit better. Pressing down on this. I was afraid I broke it. Let's try not to break anything tonight. That would be a good thing. I don't have to reprint anything again. I hope Cecilia and Hornet make it to France in the correct number of pieces. Oh, that's really rough still. Good piece of sandpaper I haven't used yet. We'll go to town. I don't know. Going back to what we were saying earlier, he said Nintendo doesn't make a good online. His Ethernet port is bricked. I mean, I think he's just embarrassed from all the how he played Mario Kart World that he doesn't want to play another kart game. Because he was like desperate at the end there for like some sort of validation. He's like, I won even though there were trolls in my game. And I was like, yeah, dude, you won once. Good for you. It's Mario Kart. Like, I don't even play the meta carts in Mario Kart. I just try to play and have fun. I mean, I get it that winning is fun, but like, there are certain games that's more fun to win at. I think Mario Kart, most of the fun is in the journey, not always in the win. Unlike games like Marvel Rivals, the journey isn't fun, the victory is what matters. Me and the roommate have both already won Knockout Online twice. So you're twice the gamer that DSP is. Or maybe he's still better than you because you haven't, you didn't do it when you were playing against trolls. But I also don't think he liked all the games journalist memes that came out with Mario Kart. But I'm so glad that trend has taken off. Because now it's like every time that he's grumpy and crying about a game, it's just like, games journalist doesn't like it. When a game has no checkpoints or things like this. Oh, I don't want you guys to see the burn on my hand. I'm try to cover that up. Yeah, my dumb ass got more resin on me. I have a kind of chemical burn on my wrist. It looks pretty gnarly, so. Gotta respect the material. Someone tried trolling me in Bloodborne. They were in my chat trying to tell me to put stats in Arcane even though I'm going for Unga Bunga. There is an Arcane strength weapon, but I think it's in the DLC. But yeah, don't put stats in Arcane unless you're using an arcane weapon or focusing on guns or spells. Do I have whole huge bulging biceps DSP has? Bro, it's so funny. He's like, look, the sweater rests on my arm and shows off the shape of my arm. I am so hulked out, guys. It's gonna get me back in the gym is what it's gonna do. I haven't been in the gym in like a month because you know, trying to figure out my new schedule, and I've been traveling a lot, and it's just been an easy excuse for me to make. But now it's like, okay, I still need to lose weight for my health, so we need to get back at it. I don't know. I guess I could just do the DSP thing where I just say, oh yeah, I weighed myself 6 months ago and I weighed 180. Because he did that with the Wings interview. Wings was like, how much do you weigh now, DSP? He's like, oh, the last time I weighed myself was a few weeks ago and I was 185. It's like, dude, one of the main things I learned on weight loss and doing exercise is to weigh yourself daily. The same time each day is important because your weight will fluctuate through the day, but it's important to weigh yourself at the same time. And even day to day, your weight might fluctuate a little bit, but what you're trying to get is you're trying to get a trend graph, or as DSP likes to do, the hand graphs. You want it to go, beep. You don't want it to go, boop. You want it to go, beep. But unless you're weighing yourself frequently, you're not gonna know. So it's just funny to me that he comes on bragging about how much weight he's lost. He hasn't lost a thing. Or I can't tell. Though I'm usually the last to notice. Like, I barely notice any definition in me. I had to have people tell me that they've noticed that the working out's been doing stuff. You're expecting a guy to use the bar graphs who's been using pie charts. That's pretty good. You're under 180 pounds. Hey, congratulations. I'd love to be under 180 pounds, so I am jealous of you. But I also know I haven't been working as hard at it as I should have been, so I can't get mad at you. I can only be mad at myself. But it's fixable. I love my wife that she buys me like food. Snack foods, especially because I don't have a Costco membership, but she does. But I need her to stop buying me the giant bag of pretzels, because that's just carbs, and I know the carbs are making me fat, but they taste so good, and they're so easy to keep going back to. She's also found me like the low sugar candy, which is nice too. There's a couple companies that make like low sugar gummy bears, and I can't really tell the difference. But what's nice is I think like with candy, like gummy candy for me, I think it's more of a texture thing than a sugar thing, so I don't mind it being less sweet. I just still need to like gnaw on some gummy bears or gummy worms every once in a while. I did have some medication help too. Yeah, I'm on B12 injections to try to get my B12 up, and I know B12 is very important to the metabolism. But I also know I need to be in the gym at the same time, and I haven't been gymming as much, but I'm on some medication too, so I'm hoping that the B12 jumpstarts my freaking metabolism. I don't know, if they had a drug that made your metabolism go back to the way it was in high school, I'd be so happy. I'd be so skinny if I could if I could eat like I did in high school and still be, 140 pounds. At least I didn't bruise my foot walking 250 kilometers in 1 week. Wow, that's a lot of walking. I'm on a strict ass diet. Strictly ass, Reggie. Pokemon Go grind is real. Hell yeah, though. That's a lot of good exercise, I bet. Trying to drop like 25. I would like to just drop 10, man. I'd love to get back in the 170s. Just gotta stop eating pretzels and start going to the gym. Especially now it's getting colder again too. I'm not walking Rocky as much. Trying to get back to pre-surgery weight? Hell yeah. Hopefully you can do that. I would love to get... I think 175 was close to my pre-COVID weight. I would love to get back to my pre-COVID weight. I put on a lot of weight during COVID and I just didn't work really hard afterwards to get it off. And now I'm kind of like a little overweight and a little unhappy. So it's like, all right, if I can fix that, I'd be like a new man. Where's my, here we go. I also need to get to packing my own lunches since I'm going to be on the road a lot more. Can't give in to the temptation of fast food. Especially when I can't eat half of it anyways. A lot of muscle is from cutting grass with a push mower, yeah. I would like to get to my COVID weight of 155. Right now I'm at 170. That's 15 pounds, it's not too bad.
I don't know. I think losing 10 pounds and then
The goal would be not to lose more, but the goal then would be to maintain the 170. Made some gochujang chicken the other weekend. That was pretty sweet. That sounds really good. Diet change and being more active really helped. Whether it's supposed to go nice days, planning on a nice long walk. Hell yeah. Yeah, I need to just stop door dashing and I need to stop giving into the temptation of, oh, well, I'm out on the road. I didn't pack anything. I'm hungry. What's the nearest thing to me? I'll eat Burger King because they have a Impossible Whopper. Or chicken nuggets are technically okay for me to eat for my diet, but in terms of won't upset my stomach, but not good for my diet in terms of not going to help me lose weight. Now, there was a while there, pre-COVID, I was meal planning and stuff. Meal prepping, not meal planning, that I guess I could get back to doing that.
okay. This is the bad one, right? Yep. Okay. Put that over there. Put the good parts back in. Did I put the bad violin back in? Yeah, I did. Alright, hang on. Let me make sure. These are the good ones that I reprinted. So we have the clock, the bracelets, and the front hair. I write down the violin and the gramophone. Bad bracelets. Go over here. Front hair. Yeah, I don't know if you can see on the hair. This one is the bad one. The front swoop kind of like flattens out for some reason. Whereas on this one, that swoops up. It makes it all the way like it's supposed to.
Cut at least 6 acres a week with a push mower? Holy cow. That's awesome. That's good exercise, I bet. Yeah, then on the clockwork piece, you can see the one on the left is kind of flat, and then the correct one is all the way around, so. Okay. Printed the correct pieces. Now we can do Hornet. We'll probably... I guess we didn't have time for Dokibird tonight, but we'll save her for another stream, maybe Friday. Alright, so we're just looking for anywhere we see the bumpies, and we're gonna sand down the bumpies. Pretty easy. Thankfully, most of the bumpies on the body are going to be covered by the cape. But I guess that one's still... Her back is still kind of visible when it's like that. Speaking of horny internet, no, that doesn't make sense. Or at least it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know where your brain is going. Okay, takes care of that. Let's move here. The edges of the cape are where the supports are, so I'm gonna try to just like keep the cape nice and smooth. So it doesn't look, yeah, you can see the bumps over here. Try to take out any of the roughness. Take out some of the layer lines too, though most of that kind of sanding I leave for the customer because that's a lot more sanding if they want to do it. I don't think you need to. I think that if you paint it, you can get the paint to cover the layer lines pretty well, but try to make it look nice and flush and uniform for the most part. Sanding it down will also make it easier to fit together too, so hopefully all that struggle I was doing earlier won't be what my customer goes through. Still bumpy on the inside. Okay, no longer bumpy. Cool. All right. Well, that's good. Now let's get her head. Probably need to go through with the brush and dust these off before we're through. Feels pretty smooth. Thankfully the supports didn't rip out a whole bunch of holes that I needed to fill in tonight. Kind of poured my shot glass of resin a little early. But that's okay. Just flung her out of my hand. Alright. Now there's... base has a lot more support on it that we need to take care of. I do want to try to record a video of like showing how to put these together. But since I have to ship these out kind of soon, I don't know if I'll be able to do it this time. But I do still have Doki and I have a couple other prints that I haven't sold, so maybe I could do it with them. Sand out the bottom. The bottom's got a lot of the stuff. This is a Bulkamancer print. They have some awesome designs, a lot of designs. I don't know, I have a lot of characters, especially access to Bulkamancer, because they put out like 6 a month. I don't know if you guys would be interested in a poll for me to which characters I print.
I mean, around what I have to do for the Etsy store. But I mean, we could do like, we've got like Guts from Berserk, Tifa from Final Fantasy VI, Samus, the Doom Slayer. I don't know if that would be fun interaction for you guys to see a print get made. I still, of course, want to do the giveaway for Virginia. If I can sneak in a stream on Friday, I might do a painting stream on Friday of just her. So that way we can get some good progress and hopefully closer to finishing her. Because the marketing company that wants to do the giveaway for me has been very patient, and I should probably give them an update and let them know why I'm behind on the painting. A sneaky stream. Yeah, they call it a guerrilla stream for a reason. See any more spots? Oh wait, there's a little bit here. Not that type of gorilla. G-U-E. Gorilla, like sneaky tactics. Speaking of tactics, I did buy my copy of Tactics. I did open it. I saw the job chart. I got really excited. I don't think I'll be able to stream it this weekend. But I want to get to streaming Tactics here soon. You know what would probably be a good investment? I need some compressed air. Maybe that would be nice. So instead of brushing these clean, I just blast them clean. Actually, no, I don't have any here. I thought I did, but I don't. I'm gonna have 2 save files for Tactics. Yeah, probably just like what I did for Unicorn Overlord. Here's the stream playthrough, and then the off-stream playthrough, because I couldn't wait till the next stream to play the game. So, Hornet, really easy to put together. We'll do it again. So, we have our base. I don't know, I'd like to edit. I had this idea because one of my customers was like, hey, how do I put this together? Doesn't really work, bro. Playing Tactics like that doesn't really work. Or compressed air doesn't really work. Sorry, I'm noticing imperfections in my work. So, I had a customer who was like, hey, how do I put all this together? It didn't do much. Gotcha. So, it'd be something like, all right, let's make sure we have all of our pieces. Hornet's really easy. She's 5 pieces. So we'll start with the base. Now, we found it was easier to assemble everything first. So, before we plug her in... Oh, there's even a notch on the needle. I don't know if you can see that. That's where her hand goes. So all that struggling I was doing earlier was solved by that. And then she has a hole in her shoulder. I probably just need to do better camera work for this. And there's a peg inside the cape. Line that up with the hole in the shoulder. Ta-da. Turn the needle around so its peg is facing out, so it goes into the base. Feet have feet on them to line up with the holes in the base. And then there's the third hole for the needles peg.
And then I just cut my screw up out. Okay. So we have feet in the pegs on the bottom. We have the needle held by the hand. And then the needle and the peg for the base. And the last part is the head. And that is a little Hornet garage kit. So I'd probably do something similar like that for Cecilia, especially since she's got a lot more parts. Be like, okay, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. All right, we're just after 10 o'clock. So, like I said, not enough time for Dokibird. I do have a day of travel tomorrow. Not super early, but I can't stay up super late, so. I think we'll wrap things up here. Stay dangerous, you two mercenary. Scoop all this up. Take my gloves off. Sweaty. Alright. Try to keep my burn covered up so you guys don't see that mess. Next stream will be Thursday. We'll be playing Hollow Knight. Pets and treats to the dog father, of course. He's gonna get walked and treats, and he always gets pets. Let's find people to raid, because it's that time. Let's see, who do I have streaming? Oh wow, Claudia Bonetta is back. She's playing Hollow Knight. Almantis is playing Deep Rock Galactic with Ratmos. Maybe we'll raid them. Let's see who else. Oh, speaking of Bloodborne, Lunar's playing that. I think we'll raid Lunar playing Bloodborne. Raid. Boom. All right. Send my Twitch viewers over to Lunar. She's a friend of the stream. It's been a while since I've streamed with her. But she's always supported in the past. And then here on YouTube, let's find someone to send you guys to. Murray is doing a 24/7 violin stream. We might go over there. Yeah. Non-stop music until I'm back from vacation. Oh, wait. She on vacation? So it's just... I think it's just reruns. Okay, never mind. Well, who else do we want to go see? Cozy Chew is playing Minecraft. Oh, she started around the same time I did. Well, hopefully she streams longer than I do. Let's go see Cozy Chew on YouTube. See what she's doing on Minecraft here. And then, okay, you guys are about to raid Lunar. So, see you guys Thursday for Hollow Knight. Have a great rest of your night. Hopefully you guys have a good tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you again. I'm glad to be back streaming. And then, goodbye, Twitch viewers. All right, they're gone. All right, and then you guys here on YouTube, have a good rest of your night. If you're sticking around for the raid, go say hi to Cozy Chew. If not, hopefully I see you Thursday. So, take care. We'll see you later. Goodbye, peace, all that stuff. Sleep well. I'm gonna go watch Pippa. I almost rated Pippa. I wasn't sure. Zip it out. Zip it up. Zip it out. That's true. That's a good one, Reggie. And yeah, that's all I got. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.